horticulture. And we're trying to train people, we're trying to teach and inspire people to start changing the ground covers that we use. We tend to decorate with death here in America. Up in the Northeast, we use mulch, which is nothing more than either old railroad ties or dead wood that has been crushed up into small pieces. Down south, they use pine needles for their barrier covers and for their ground cover. Well, these are succulents. And the way they come to us from, in my estimation again, one of the smartest men I know, this is Phillip Watson. These are done in mats. You've got a choice between the red or the yellow, and we've had already over 17,000 people who have picked them up. There are 1,200 remaining. Now, I don't have a sample out here in front of me, so I want to immediately go to Phillip Watson's living room and invite myself in, which I do all the time, and just say hello. Phillip, good afternoon to you. How are you, buddy?
Well, Mr. Dan, I'm glad to see you. And we finally got a plant that is tough as we are.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
This is the #1 toughest perennial and the #1 problem solver for dry, hot areas. And this is the way it comes to you: a 20-inch by 6-inch mat and let me just show you. Unless you think, well, wow, what am I going to do with that? Look at this. If you can flip a pizza, child, you can do this. It's not going to fall apart on you, and you can get 22-inch squares out of this. This, by the way, is the red choice, and that refers to the predominant red color in the foliage. The other choice is the yellow choice, and it's the predominant color in the foliage. In the wintertime, they're still there. They're beautiful 12 months out of the year in the areas where nothing else will grow.
Yeah, this is all about problem solution planting. Let's say you've got a deep slope that you're just scared to death to run a lawnmower over. Or in my area, I had a drainage problem out by my barn, so I brought experts in and we did hardscaping with big boulders, but then it just looked like big boulders. So by putting succulents in between, it was gorgeous. I want you to see this pathway. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Now, it takes some patience because these are perennials. It's going to come back year after year after year, but it grows to what, about 3 to 4 inches in height. You can walk across it and you're not going to kill it. But how do I get, like that walkway that we just showed, or in between these boulders, you'll see the next photo, how do I get it to take over that space?
Dan, what I do is I cut the 2-inch squares out of my mat, and then I space them about 6 inches apart. And so you can get a whole lot of coverage. In other words, don't lay the whole mat down. You're cheating yourself.
Right.
If you plant them 6 inches apart, within a month's time, they will have filled in that area. That's how quickly they do it. They're great along the edge of a stone pathway, along the edge of a driveway. And I also put them in my large pots that stay out all winter time because they will cascade over the edges of your pot. I stick little random bits because little bits will fall off, and every little piece that falls off will make a plant. So have a pot with some soil in it and just throw those little bits in there. You don't have to plant it or anything. They will root all by themselves.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And that's your nursery. So what I did is I put 1 2-inch square in this pot. By the middle of the summer, this is what the pot will look like. The large flowers that you see in this pot, by the way, are your bonus plant. Those are the ice plant. And so you've got ice plant and you've got sedum plant. All of these are perennial. All of these are the toughest perennials you're ever going to have. And they come back every year and they're beautiful 12 months out of the year. Don't miss out on these because I'm telling you, you will be sorry. Every place where it looks ugly and it's hot and dry, you can make it pretty with it.
Yeah, they're camels. You can plant in an area where the garden hose will never reach. We've had over 17,000 that have been picked up. If you want the red choice, there are fewer than 400 sets left. In the yellow choice, there's fewer than 800. And they really do work as problem solution plants. I'm trying to get rid of all the mulch on my property, Phillip, for 2 different reasons. Number one, Again, you're decorating with death. It's dead wood. Second of all, you know me, we've been buddies for years. I'm cheap.
Yeah.
Every year, it's several $100s and a few dump truck loads of mulch to replenish. By planting
And
this,
you're back.
yeah, exactly. You're right. So this is actually a better way, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous plant. You can use them virtually anywhere. I know people who put succulents on on their shed roofs, and it grows on top of the roof. And it's actually a really cool, almost old Irish look to their gardens that way.
It's a handsome look because they have very shallow roots. They will tolerate drought. I mean, absolute drought. You can stick them in the cracks of a dry stack wall and they will grow in there with no soil at all.
Yeah.
But what I love about them is that, we ship plants out all the time. We say, open the packages, go ahead and plant them straight away. Well, you open the package on this one, sit it out in your driveway, and you can take 2 or 3 years to plant it. It's not going to die, even if in its own tray, sitting on the asphalt. That's how tough these are. Plastic plants will look ugly before these do.
Yeah, that's true. And I love the way you started.
There it is in the wall.
You and I have been through a lot, my friend. If a plant is as hardy as you and I are, I want that in my garden, in my space. It also gives a wonderful, informal, but welcoming look with the different blends of the color. You do select whether you want the predominant color to be the yellow, as you see there, or the red. Right now, the red is way, way more limited in quantity, but plant it where you can't get anything else to grow. How well does it thrive in shade, Philip?
It needs sun.
Okay.
This is not a shade plant. These need sun. They're for the hot, dry areas where everything else dies, and we've all got those areas. Make it pretty, make it nice, and be sure to get these. You can take 2 or 3 years to plant them. They're not going to die.
Yeah. And you can always split this stuff off and it makes more. It's a wonderful, wonderful plant. Man, it's good to see you, Philip. Thank you.
Great to see you, Dan. Pleasure.
You guarantee happiness to our customers. I'd like you to talk a little bit about that if you would.
Yes, sir. If you had any questions regarding your order, you can reach me at the number on the screen, or you can email a question. Also, you'll get a growing guide that tells you everything you need to know about the individual plants. The annuals are guaranteed for 90 days from time of shipment. The perennials, like these fabulous succulent mats, are guaranteed for an entire year. No gambling, just happy. Thank you.
That is such a good human being. We're getting into warm